What's up, guys? It's Coach Seth coming at you from the Connect Your Health studio here in Zurich, Switzerland. So I have a quick little video for you guys, kind of something fun to think about, but also I think motivational and helpful. So it's a little bit of an extended analogy. We're going to talk about video games today. Um, I'm not much of a video game player, but I did grow up with two brothers who loved to play video games. And I would play video games with them sometimes when I was a kid too. And I kind of liked them when I was bored. But so why am I talking about video games? We're going to talk about our superpowers as humans. All of us are born with these abilities that we have, these kind of special gifts due to just the way that we come at life, the experiences that we have in life, and how we interpret them, and then just the spiritual gifts that we're kind of given at birth. And what I notice is that as we get older and we start becoming a little bit more self-conscious, we start worrying more about like our appearance, how people are going to perceive us, what people are going to think about the things that we do. We sort of stop showing up in life as the real authentic version of ourselves. We start trying to be something that we're not, or just really not be anything, just kind of hide out and hope no one finds us or sees us. So here's what I want to offer. Life is like a game. It really is. We take it very seriously sometimes because we think so strongly about the fact that there's like a right or a wrong way to do it, and we're taught to believe that. But guys, I'm here to tell you there is no right or wrong way to do it. Everyone's got to figure out the way that's authentic for them. And the reason that we're afraid to is because we're afraid of judgment. We're afraid of judging ourselves or how we're going to perceive that other people are judging us. So we don't do things based on a perception of another person's perception, which kind of, it might sound silly, but it's really true. It's kind of how our brains have evolved, is to run this software program in the background of look for what is wrong. And so taking chances or doing something where we're not sure exactly how other people are going to respond, that scares our brain and tells you stay in the cave, stay by the fire. So then you never do anything. So let's talk about these video games, guys. When we go into these video games, I'll tell you, one of the games that I really loved playing with my brothers was Super Smash Brothers. And Super Smash Brothers was this game where you could play, I think, up to 4 people. And you picked a character, and it was characters from all of these different video games. So you could be like Princess Peach, you could be Bowser, you could be Super Mario, you could be Luigi, you could be Yoshi, you could be the mushroom head guy, I forget his name right now. Toad, I think was his name. Anyways, you could be all these different characters from all these different games. You could even be Zelda. I mean, just crazy numbers of characters. And then each character kind of had their superpower. And then you would go into the level and you would fight each other and see who would win. And basically you had to like throw each other off of the level somehow in order to win. And there were different levels, had different ways of throwing people off. And I always picked Yoshi because I could eat the person and then poop them out as an egg off of the edge of the level and they would lose. And then Paul would always, my other brother would always choose Zelda because then he could swing his sword and fly back onto the level. So we would sit there and get back and forth between pooping him off the level, him flying back onto the level. Anyways, I digress. So the point is, guys, both Yoshi and let's look at some of the other characters. Toad, Bowser. Bowser was a big monster turtle. Toad was a mushroom. Yoshi was this little green-looking dinosaur that looked like a kind of like a bubble dinosaur. You could also be Kirby, which was basically this big pink bubble. But guys, some of these characters, they just look different. I mean, they don't look like something totally so awesome, like, oh, this guy looks like he's a cool fighter or he's going to win the game, but they all kind of had their superpower. And in the beginning, yeah, sure, someone who doesn't know about these characters would probably pick someone based on how they look. But then shortly after picking them, they would realize, oh, this character isn't able to do anything really cool that I would want it to do. And then they would go back and try out different characters until you find the character that has the superpower that you want. But here's the key there. You picked the character based on what they were able to bring to the table, not how they appeared on the outside, not how weird they might look doing their superpower. And these characters wouldn't not do their superpower because it looked weird. I mean, let's think about it. Yoshi swallowed people and pooped out an egg. that looks a bit strange, but he did it anyways. And every time I pushed the right buttons to make him do it, he didn't question, I don't know if I want to do that. People might think I'm weird if I turn this guy into an egg and poop him off the level. No, he did it every time I pushed the button. And also, every time I was thrown off the level and I didn't make it back, and I clicked the restart button, you know what Yoshi did? He popped back up on the level, ready to play. He wasn't sitting there thinking, oh, we lost last time. I don't know if I want to try again. What if we lose again? People are going to make fun of me. People are going to think that I suck at this. No, he showed up, and as long as I pushed the buttons, he did everything. Full power, ready to go. Yoshi was Yoshi, you know? Guys, how many times in our lives do we hold ourselves back from being our true authentic selves and showing up with our real superpowers, the things that we are just awesome at, but we're so afraid of showing it to people because we're afraid they're going to judge us for it? But then nobody ever really knows the real us. And so we never really realize who likes us for who we actually are and what we can bring to the table. Guys, we all have superpowers. We're all Super Mario characters. We can all show up in this video game called life, do our best with all of our gifts, without being ashamed of what anyone might think of them. Because guys, no matter what you do, someone's gonna judge you anyways. Find out the people that like you for who you are and that will appreciate the gifts that you have to bring to the table by being that person and showing up as that person every time. And guys, just because you try something and you don't get the result you thought you were going to get, that doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you can't hit the restart button and show up as if, yeah, that happened, now I'm going to try it again a different way. You don't have to be down on yourself. You don't have to judge yourself for not getting the result the first time. No matter how many times I clicked restart in these video games, Yoshi popped up ready to go. Not popped up with his head tucked down and his tail between his legs being like, oh, do we really have to do this again? No, he was Yoshi, ready to poop out some eggs every time. Happy as could be. Guys, we can do the same thing with our lives. We can do the same thing. So what are your superpowers? What is it that you're hiding? What is it that you're afraid to show the world that you have because you're afraid of either someone else judging you or you judging yourself based on the outcome you get the first time you try to use them? Use your superpowers, guys. We all have them. You need some help figuring out what they are? That's what I'm here for. You need some help figuring out how to use them? That's what I'm here for. Contact me, reach out. Guys, this is what I do for a living. This is what I love helping people with, to become the healthiest, most authentic version of them and show up in the world as the badass that they are, ready to play the video game that we call life. All right, guys, maybe a bit of a strange analogy. I hope it hit home for some people. I know I've got a lot of video gamer friends out there. So, which character are you? And are you letting people see what you can do? Are you letting people see the real you? Not being scared to show up as the real you because people might think you look weird, maybe think your superpowers are a bit weird. Somebody's going to like them. They're useful. They're there for a reason. So what superpowers are you holding back from the world? What authentic version of yourself are you holding back from the world? I dare you to show up in the world and be that person. I dare you. And I dare you to keep doing it. And keep doing it. And I guarantee you, you're going to start creating the life that you were designed to create and that you want to create. All right. I love you all. I'll talk to you all again soon. Have a great weekend. And that's it. Ciao.